We would like to clarify that the hurricane referenced in the video is an old event that occurred in the past. The purpose of mentioning it is to raise awareness about the potential risks of hurricanes and how to prepare for any new hurricanes that may occur in the future. Please take the necessary precautions. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a big one because we're talking about Hurricane Franklin. And let me tell you, this storm is no joke. If you've been following the news, you've probably already seen the alerts and the warnings. But what we're going to do here is break it all down, step by step, so you really understand what's happening, why this storm is different, and what people in its path need to know. So here's how it all started. Just about a week ago, Franklin was nothing more than a small tropical depression out in the Atlantic. Pretty normal for this time of year, nothing that stood out at first. But the conditions in the ocean were basically perfect for rapid development. The water was unusually warm. We're talking record-breaking sea surface temperatures. And the wind shear, which usually helps break storms apart, was basically non-existent. Put those two things together and you've got the perfect recipe for a monster hurricane. And that's exactly what happened. In less than 48 hours, Franklin went from a tropical depression to a full-blown Category 3 hurricane. Winds jumped up to 120 miles per hour, pressure dropped all the way down to 958 millibars, and the storm just exploded in strength. This kind of rapid intensification always gets the attention of meteorologists because it means the models didn't fully catch it, and that makes preparation a lot harder. Now, here's where it gets even more concerning. At first, most of the computer models had Franklin curving out to sea. Honestly, if you live along the Gulf or the East Coast, you know that's the forecast we always hope for. Storms that spin out into the Atlantic and just die out. But Franklin didn't do that. Instead, it suddenly shifted northwest, about a 45-degree turn, and started heading straight toward the southeast coast of the United States. And one more detail. This storm is moving slow. Right now, forward speed is around 15 miles an hour. That might not sound like a big deal, but slow-moving hurricanes are the ones that dump insane amounts of rain. We're not just talking about heavy showers for a few hours. We're talking about days of torrential downpours, flooding rivers, flash floods, and serious inland damage. So let's break down the areas most at risk. Panama City Beach in Florida is basically ground zero right now. They're looking at storm surge anywhere from 9 to 15 feet. To put that into perspective, imagine water higher than a one-story house, rushing inland for miles. Tyndall Air Force Base, which is right there, is also directly in the path and could take a huge hit. Destin and Fort Walton Beach are also in big trouble. Forecasts show up to 20 inches of rain in some spots, plus hurricane-force winds strong enough to snap power lines like toothpicks and uproot massive trees. This isn't just a coastal problem either. Tallahassee, which is well inland, is bracing for winds close to 80 miles per hour. And they've got a ton of big old trees. When those go down, they take power lines with them, which means we could see widespread blackouts lasting days, maybe even weeks. And don't forget, it's not just Florida. Parts of Alabama and Georgia are going to see heavy rain and flooding too. So, what are officials doing about it? Well, governors in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama have already declared states of emergency. That opens up access to federal funds and resources. Evacuation orders are rolling out. In some counties, they're voluntary, but in places like Bay and Gulf counties in Florida, they're mandatory. That means if you're in certain coastal or low-lying areas, you've got to get out, no questions asked. The National Guard is on the ground too. Over 2,000 troops have been activated in Florida alone to help with evacuations, secure property, and hand out supplies once the storm passes. Shelters are open, about 35 of them right now, across schools and community centers, and they're expecting more people to head there as the storm gets closer. Now, let's talk about why Franklin is so unique. There are 3 big reasons. First, the rapid intensification. It caught models off guard, it gave people less time to prepare, and it shows how unpredictable this season is becoming. Second, The angle of approach. Franklin is basically coming straight in, almost at a 90-degree angle to the coast. That's the worst case scenario for storm surge because it's pushing the water directly inland with maximum force. Third, the slow movement. A slow hurricane is a flooding machine. Even after the winds weaken, the rain just keeps coming. That combination makes Franklin a triple threat: surge, wind, and rain. So, what should people do if they're in the storm's path? Number one, if you get told to evacuate, don't wait. Seriously, waiting until the last minute is how people get stuck in traffic jams or trapped when conditions get too dangerous. Leave early. Number two, have a go bag ready. That means 3 days of water, about a gallon per person per day, non-perishable food, essential meds, flashlights, batteries, cash, and all your important documents in something waterproof. Number three, during the storm, find the safest room in your house. That's usually an interior room with no windows, like a closet or a bathroom. Stay away from glass and keep a battery-powered radio or a charged-up weather app handy for updates. And number four, after the storm, be careful. Don't touch downed power lines. Don't drive through floodwaters. It only takes a foot of moving water to sweep a car away. And if you're using a generator, always keep it outside to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning.
The bottom line is this: Hurricane Franklin is a wake-up call. It's a reminder of how quickly these storms can spin up, how unpredictable their paths can be, and how devastating they are if you're not prepared. If you're watching this from a safe distance, it's easy to think of it as just another storm on the news. But for the people living in Florida, Alabama, Georgia, this is real life, and it's unfolding right now. We'll keep following Franklin closely, and I'll update you guys as soon as new info comes in. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. For everyone in the path of this storm, stay safe, listen to officials, and take this seriously. I'll see you in the next update.